Yeah, it's like once you start telling the other guy, yo, you gotta run, you gotta run. 'Cause that means it's not gonna be good for you. Hello, mic test. Thank you for listening and watching to your favorite podcast. This is the Maximum Filipino Show. I don't know what this podcast is. It can be After Flicks, it can be Tambayan, Learn Filipino Pod. I don't even know. I might just drop that whole title thing. But my name is CB.
And Waka.
You're probably not going to expect anybody else in this podcast but us two. This might just turn to a
It takes two, baby.
CB Waka podcast kind of thing. It's probably not going to be the Maximum Filipino Show. I don't know. This is a podcast where we rant about... I'm just kidding. We don't rant about normal things. Hold on. I went to the bathroom before this.
Like, they need to know.
And I went to the bathroom.
Yes,
and
you
know
did.
when you go to the bathroom and you don't pay attention to what's going on, you just sit there, do your business, and then pull out your phone, right? Like, you know,
Mostly
have no
us
idea.
guys.
Like, seriously, I had no idea, right? That was I was using the bathroom. Little did I know. Do you sometimes when you use the bathroom, you look at the water level? Like,
if
like
I can.
It's true. The point that I'm trying to say was, so when I was in the Philippines, we don't have as much as water that we have in the toilets compared here in America, right?
Mhm.
So I looked and like, that's a lot of water. And I cleaned these bathrooms. So I know what the water level of, like, seriously, I know the water level of each in every single cubicles in this church. I guess except the upstairs. Anyway, I looked and I was like, that's a lot of water. And this is after, like, I did my, like, as soon as you sit down business, right? It's clogged.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So I tried to flush it. That was a mistake because now it's
It's
piling up water. I'm like, oh no. What should I do? And then I grabbed the pump. I just slowly doing it because you don't want like splash toilet water on your face or in your body. So it's like, and then it worked. I was like, that's a learning lesson for me. It's like, make sure before you use the toilet, whether public or private, check it first.
Check it.
It was disgusting.
Yeah. I have different ways of checking the levels.
You know when I realized I sat on that toilet and it was cold. I was like, man, this is the worst. And I realized, is there anything worse than sitting down on a cold toilet seat? And I was like, yeah, a warm toilet seat.
It's like, oh, someone just sat here.
Yeah, that's the worst. That is the worst. Would you say you have a way of checking?
I have a way of checking, but that's just for me.
What was your way of checking?
It's when they touch.
Oh. You gotta hold it up. I saw this meme, or I guess a TikTok and a meme, on how people hold their thing while they pee. It's mainly like women asking the question because they had no idea. Do they say, do you just let it flop down and then pee, or do you hold it a certain way? And people said, do you hold it like you're smoking cigarette? I'm like, no, I don't think that's not gonna work because if you're holding it like
you're
this,
just blocking.
You're blocking. You won't be able to pee at all. And then I tried to think to myself, how do I hold it? Like, and then someone posted on Facebook and said, oh, you hold it the way Voldemort in Harry Potter hold his wand. And this is the way he holds his wand. So let's say this is the one. It's like, no, that's very uncomfortable. You don't. Avada Kedavra. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
It's just talking about it just reminded me of the TikToks I saw about girls experiencing guy piss challenge where they have the water pipe.
Oh yeah, and in a bag.
Yeah, no, they have the water hose and they're looking, they're pointing it down between their legs on the bottom, like or grass.
It's not the same.
It's not. But it was
to
the challenge.
Close as it was.
It's to challenge women. Is that why you guys always miss the target?
Yeah.
So they always.
You know, it's really practical though, because men, when we pee, we clean the toilet at the same time. It's like, you know, two birds with one stone. You have a disgusting toilet.
Who are willing to clean.
No. I'm talking about when you're peeing and then there's like poop residues on the side of the toilet.
Okay,
so you like clean it, right?
Okay.
Like two birds with one stone while you pee. It's just difficult when you do it in the morning. That's about it. When you do it in the morning. Anyway, so the whole reason why we're doing this podcast is just random conversation. I know we haven't done After Flicks in a while. There's a lot of that's a good segue. There's a lot of good shows coming up in this next few months. So Moon Knight is happening on Disney. We're gonna watch that. We had a I think, did we mention it in the podcast before? But so Waka and I have been hanging out, like we've been friends for a very long time. I don't know if you guys know that, whoever's watching this podcast, 2 or 3 of you people watching this podcast. But we've been friends for a very long time. It's like more than 15, it's almost like about 20 years now. Closer to like past 15 years. It's got to be past 15 years because we've been in America for 10 years.
Yeah.
Then 4 years in college. So it's like, it's about almost
15.
Yeah, past 15 years. So we've been friends.
Nice.
We've known each other longer than we've been friends. Of course, who the heck become friends with someone they just met? I have no idea. You have a Disney animated life for friendship. Anyway, so
wait, who Disney becomes friends so quickly?
No, Disney version of friendship. Because in Disney animated movies, they just met. Now they're about to get married the following day, or they fell in love, or I love you, and they start kissing, and they just
doing
literally
an Anna
met.
move,
Huh?
An Anna move, or Anna move.
Yeah. Actually, that movie mocked a lot of Disney movies.
That's true.
Yeah, guess a lot of them are like that. Anyway. So my point is, we've been friends for a very, very long time, and we had one moment, and it happens all the time. It was just acknowledged that one time, and we laughed so hard. We were helping Courtney, and he asked me just out of nowhere, or I don't want to say out of nowhere, because we were talking while we were doing stuff for Courtney. And he said, have you seen, when you're trying to ask a question, you already know what's in your head, but it's like you had that pause moment, like, hey, have you seen you didn't forget. You just, I don't know, sometimes we have the in between moment, right? And I said, yeah, Moon Knight trailer? Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that. And Courtney was like, how did you know that? I said, I don't know. It just happens all the time. He's like, have you seen we weren't even talking about Disney. We're not talking about Marvel. The conversation prior to that was not connected.
Yeah, it was just very different. We do have our moments. We have, I think those kind of moments happen a lot with identical twins or twins. Yeah, twins. Yeah, we have those twin moments, and we're not, blood biologically related, and it comes out. Like one time Miss Courtney said something when we were in the kitchen, and then we randomly said the same thing at the same time. I forgot what it was, but she was looking at us as like, I'm tired of y'all. It's just whatever. I'm peeking. Sorry, it's just probably the mic too close to me. Maybe I should just pull it out.
No, I guess I lift you. I just put it up. But anyway, we have a lot of those moments where we're just talking about something, and all of a sudden we say the same thing. Same thing.
Yeah, not my usual moments when I'm trying to finish someone's sentence.
Yeah, sandwiches. We don't. Not that cheesy. It's like literally we reread each other's minds to the point that when I'm in the basement and he went upstairs and I forgot to tell him I need water or can I have water. I'll try to talk to him in my mind. It's like, get me water. It doesn't work, of course, because.
But it even works even at a distance. When I was in California, we still have those moments, so it's awesome.
Anyway, so speaking of which, we have Moon Knight.
Moon Knight's
Disney
coming
Plus.
Out. What other shows is coming out?
We have The Boys. The next season of The Boys.
Oh yeah,
is gonna be there. What else do we have? Of course, besides the other TV shows on Disney Plus, like I think What If season 2 is gonna be this year. She-Hulk will be this year. There's the Lord of the Rings version of Amazon Prime is gonna be there this year.
Are you thinking of doing it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah,
it's something I'll look forward to. Okay.
Yeah, we have a horrible habit though of if it's not part of the Afterflix, we'll just watch it in one sitting.
Yeah.
And then we don't start like 7 p.m. We start like 11 p.m. and like in one sitting, like seriously, one sitting. And usually it's like 8 episodes, 12 episodes, but they're long. So we end up going to bed at 5 in the morning. and most likely either one of us or both of us has to work the following day.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah. Speaking of which, the Reacher show is one of those shows that we decided to watch it. We liked the first episode.
And it carried on.
Actually, we liked the first 20 minutes of the show. We didn't finish it because we had to go somewhere. We had to do something. And then we came back and rewatched it.
And then that's from there.
Yeah.
The momentum of the show carried. Normally, when I watch something good and then do something else, I might lose interest of just like I'll watch it later or something like that. But
yeah, we had this conversation before of shows with a good pilot episode.
Yeah, this one had a great pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want to exaggerate it, but it was good. It came out strong with action, and it did carry Reacher's personality. I felt like that was the right personality versus the Jack Reacher movies.
Mm-hmm.
He was a white dude that looks like Aquaman.
The guy from Hunger Games.
Yeah, guy from Hunger Games. If I remember his name right, Alan Richson. Richson, not Richardson, but it's Richson, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he did his role right. He did pretty good. His acting was all right.
See, here's my thing though. I didn't read the book. Apparently, there's a book of it.
It's based on the book.
I did not read the book. I only judge it based on the movie. I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan. I'm not a Tom Cruise hater either. I like him in certain movies, in a lot of movies actually. Like the Mission Impossible was really good.
How about The Last Samurai?
The Last Samurai was good. The ending was just a little. I get it though. I get the whole samurai thing. I get that, but it's like, yo, you're not even. I don't know why you're doing this.
You're not even Japanese.
No, it's just especially in the ending. Like, why are you doing this? You know, like, yeah, you learn to be a samurai. You follow all these. You don't have to do the last part. You can just leave. You know, oh, I did my job. Fine, I'm leaving. Same thing with 47 Ronins with.
I thought that was Keanu Reeves. Yeah,
Keanu Reeves. Yeah, it's same thing. It's like same ending. Like, yo, you're. What? Leave.
Yeah.
Go somewhere else. Live your life. You don't have to follow. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of movies that he's good at. Like what was the one with Rain Man? Rain Man was phenomenal.
Which one?
Rain Man. The one with what's his name? He has a brother with not Down syndrome, but he's autistic, but he's really good with numbers. And it was an old movie.
I think I've
yeah,
heard
it was an old movie. He has his older brother, and they ended up driving because the brother doesn't want to go, fly in the plane because he knows everything, like every single data survey and things like that. He said, "I can only fly one plane, and this plane, this is specific plane." Tom Cruise said, "Well, it doesn't go to the destination we have to go." He said, "Well, based on the track record of crashes and disaster, this plane is good. It's flawless. That's the only plane that I can ride." He's like Sheldon, but in a I don't know who's weirder, Sheldon or him, but he knows everything. They went on a casino and he knows every cards. Like he can read cards. He can count cards, not read cards. Count cards.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I haven't seen
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Yeah, I haven't seen
the old one and the new one. I haven't seen them.
Wait, the new one came out already?
Oh no, I haven't. You're right. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Of course, the Mission Impossibles.
Mission were good. Yeah.
He's always running.
What
was the one with Cameron Diaz? Night and Day?
Night and Day? Was he in that?
Yeah, with Cameron Diaz. They did a action movie together. And same thing. He was like always running. It's not Night's Tale. I know it's not Night's Tale.
No, it's not Night's Tale. I think it is Night and Day. I'm starting to remember that now.
Yeah, that. So he is good in some movies. So I'm not a Tom Cruise hater, but he's not my top 5 actor. But the Reacher movies were good. I'm gonna say that they're good. And they said, well, based on the book, he's supposed to be this, he's supposed to be that. I get that, but like I said, I didn't read the books. I actually like the Tom Cruise Reacher.
The movie was good.
Yeah, I actually like I like that version.
Just the height. He didn't carry the height.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said he's supposed to be tall in the book, because Tom Cruise is short. But they both followed the I don't want to say melodramatic, but the face is just monotonous face. It's just the same face the whole time.
Right. Yeah, there's not much emotions coming out of his face.
Yeah.
From both Reachers. They were just both smart ass.
Right. Right. I love what's your favorite scene?
Aside from the fight scene,
8 episodes?
Yeah, there was only 8.
8 episodes, but an hour each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More or less an hour. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes feel like 52 minutes, but it's about an hour.
The fight scene, aside from the fight scene, because that was mostly that. The big action part, pack one was. I'm trying to remember what's my favorite scene because.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you my favorite scene. My favorite scene is when he went to the prison, and then the guy said, "You're in my house now," and then he's gonna count. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, and then you have to leave. 1, 2. Then start beating him up. It's like, oh, you owe me a pair of glasses, and then he gave him a pair of sunglasses, but he didn't give it to the guy. He wore it.
That was good. I saw that one. I think. What was the other scene that he did the same thing? He did the like a fake count.
In the bathroom.
The bathroom. He did that one. There was a third time he did it.
No, but the third time he counted all the way to 3. Yeah, he did. Because the inside the cell, 2, and then in the bathroom it's just 1. Yeah.
Yep. So you counted 2. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the next time it was the third time was with the black guy in the FBI who turned out to be the traitor, right? The one with the hand. They were on the other side of the car, and then we're gonna raise our hand in the count of 3. So it's like in the count of 1, we're gonna put our hands up. In the count of 2, we're gonna stand up.
I remember that.
Yeah, in the count of 3, and the third count he shot him.
I remember the other time. It was when it was one of my personal favorite scenes when he told the kids who came to jump him at the hotel. He says one of y'all is gonna take y'all to the hospital. You remember that one where they were waiting at the hotel for him, and it was when his girl that kept following him the first time around.
The cop?
Yeah, the cop.
Yeah.
Gave him a ride to his hotel, and he see a bunch of kids sitting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite scenes. He says like, I don't got time.
And then the guy said,
I don't got time for this. Y'all go home and stuff like that.
No, and the last guy said, I know where the
hospital is.
I know where the hospital is.
Like
that scene reminds me of the Jack Reacher movie with Tom Cruise in that bar with the girl, remember? It was a popular video. Yeah, the girl and the brothers came in.
Yeah.
And he said, after I beat up the alpha, two of the guys will come at me and I'll beat him up, and then the other 2, they always run. They always
that's
run.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
There's always that 1 or 2 guy that will always run.
Yeah. And it's just like that. That was the scene. It's like a nod for that movie. Yeah.
I remember that. I think I remember how he said it to the guys at the hotel. Like,
yeah,
because there was 5. It was just, I'm gonna take 4 of you down. And the other guy was like, wait, but there's 5 of us. One of y'all need to go to the hospital.
Right. My favorite line in that movie is they made it too obvious that it has something to do with the whole syndicate, but it's just really funny. He said, that's how did he say it? He's basically saying that's a crap load of cow feed. That's a crap load of cow feed, because he like kept going. He kept going back and forth with it, and the cop said, "Just let it go. Just let it go. You are in a place where we feed cows all the time. Just let it go." He said, "No, that's a crap load of that's a ton of cow feed." And then he told Neagley, his friend. And then the friend said, "That's a lot of cow feed." He said, "That's what I said."
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be, it had something to do with it.
My cue was when the black cop, I think, I'm trying to remember his name. I thought it's not Carter or Kirk or something like that, told the
head of detectives?
Yeah.
Okay.
The detective telling where his FBI friend kept telling, "Don't take the job."
Yeah. And that's how I connected all of them because of that, and how the guy was. Because at first I thought it was the wife. I thought it was the wife with 2 daughters, And you mentioned that too. It's like, oh, I have a bad feeling about her, that she might be the head of this whole thing, because they just disappear. They just all disappear. And then after it shifted from her, it went to the FBI. It's like, yeah, it's got to be the FBI.
It was like they kept saying that you can't take the job, and I like how his character development, the snobby detective, he went from know it all, and then Reacher comes in. That's another favorite scene of mine. He comes and reads him, and he doesn't say a thing.
Yeah,
and then he later builds up a character that's a little bit rebellious. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like Reacher's really rubbing off of him,
right? And then they became like friends. But yeah,
it's like that one scene in one of The Rock's movie, Dwayne Johnson's movie, with Rampage, where The Rock said something to the guy that played in The Watchmen or The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
He says,
the bad boy looking dude in Watchmen. Yeah, the one who got killed.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
There was a line that he said to The Rock, or The Rock vice versa says, "Assholes gotta take care of assholes."
yeah, right. This was if you're wondering what we're talking about, this is Reacher in HBO Max.
No, it was Amazon. Oh yeah. No, it was Amazon Prime.
Oh, it was Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
it was Amazon Prime, because when we first watched it, I'm like, didn't they do this show already? And it was Jack Ryan, not Jack Reacher. It was Jack Ryan with John Krasinski.
I started the episode 1 and 2 only
Jack
because
Ryan?
Only because the guy played in the
Office.
Not The Office, because I haven't seen it yet. A Quiet
Place. Yeah.
A Quiet Place. And I was like, oh, this guy's rising up.
Yeah.
And he also played in another movie. I think
47 hours or something. 127 hours.
No, it's 12 hours.
12 hours.
Yeah, he played that one. He did good. I was like,
yeah, he did so well in that one. He got jacked.
I know, man. It was
jacked. Good. Holy smokes. He went from there was memes that they said he went from a normal dude to daddy. But this show, if you're wondering, this show was good in my opinion. The show was good. I would give the show I will give the show 8, like solid 8.0. It was a 8.0 because of the characters. The characters they're casted really well. Like Neely was great. The cop, the lady cop was great. The detective was great. Reacher himself was great. Like all of them were really good. But it's like playing between 7.9 to 8. But I don't want to give it 7.9 because of the 7. But I will give it 8 because of that reason. It would have been a lot better. The problem is there's so much. I don't want to say so much. There's some cheesy lines and cheesy scenes in the show, and there's skins in the show.
What do you mean skins?
And of course it's Amazon Prime, so you would see like boobs and things like that. So there's some. It's not a lot. It's actually not a lot. Surprisingly, in a show in Amazon Prime that brought us The Boys, there's not a lot.
Yeah, well, if they're gonna show a lot of blood and gore, I wouldn't be surprised them showing a bunch of sex scenes and skin.
Yeah, but they don't. They don't.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Like the only scenes that I could count are 3 scenes, where the one with the Reacher and the cop, then Neely when they're changing, and then the strip club. That's about it.
Yep, that's it. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, that's about it. And they're easily skippable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was good. I personally thought it was. I was gonna say 7, but then when you explained about the actors and I thought about it, they did pretty good. So I say 7.
No, seriously. Even the black guy, we should know their names. The head of detective, he did a great job. Like he brought the character.
Yeah, he did good.
Yeah, to life.
It was very misleading. I guess I can say it's 8 because we kept thinking that it could have been the girlfriend that he had a crush on. That could be the bad guy,
or the cop, the lady cop. Yeah,
yeah, because it led to certain situations where
Yeah.
Okay, we concluded this, but then after I was like, wait, no, that's not it.
Oh, I guess you can include the nudity part in it, because we always assume that nudity is only coming from women. The other cop who was nailed on the wall.
Oh,
that was another nude scene.
That's right.
Yeah,
I completely forgot of that.
I know, me too. Because whenever people say nudity, we always assume it's women getting naked. But
I just thought it's just people getting naked, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I guess I can say 7.7. Between 7.
No, that's fair. That's fair. The reason why I gave it 8 because of the reacher, the action, the solving thing, the whole solving thing in the show, was good. It was really good. There's a ton of them that caught me off guard. So here's the secret, and I think you should know this by now. When a movie's unpredictable to me, it's good.
Yeah.
When it's predictable, it doesn't matter how good your acting is. No, I wouldn't like it.
No, I agree with you. Now, the reason why I say 7.7 is because they only had that one peak of action in the very beginning. They started off high, and then it slowly declined through it out because all you see is the investigation.
Yeah.
And you know what was also misleading is the brother. For some reason, I thought the brother was like a twin, but the moment you see him at the end, it just make you reflect on what the crush of the girl said to about his brother.
Yeah.
Man, you guys do look alike. Sound like, and I looked at him, was like,
no, they don't.
you got some look issues.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Otherwise, I give it a 7.7, only because it dragged a little bit, but I get why, because he's investigating.
Yeah.
Actions were here and there, probably just to shake it up a bit, but 7.7. But overall, I did like that. I did enjoy it. It was pretty good. Do I want to watch it again? Maybe just the fight scene. That's it. Because it was funny. The black guy walks in with his little whole posse, and they all trying to own the place.
Yeah.
He falls from the bed. Not fall. He just jumps off the bed or the bunk and showed who's boss of the room.
Right.
That was funny.
Right. That was really good. And then the whole thing in the precinct when they arrested him, that whole thing was really funny. That was a really good scene because when they asked him about certain things about him and details matter, he said it was really good.
Yes, that was good.
Yeah, the way he delivers his lines are really great. He's a great actor. But like I said, there's some cheesy lines in there. When one of the example is the brothers, when their mom died and they hopped in the car and said, "Don't cry," and then he started crying. That was so cheesy.
No, at the end he said, "Now you can cry."
Oh yeah, he said, "Now you can cry." That was so cheesy. It was so
didn't
cheesy.
have to say that.
Yeah. Or it didn't have that whole scene at all.
The one thing that I hope to happen, and you hoped it for too, is that I want to see what happened to the bullies when they were kids.
Yeah. The other one, they gave us an idea of what had happened. The second time when they're making fun of the autistic kid. Yeah.
I remember. The first time around, I thought, oh, they're gonna run. Nah,
Mm-hmm.
they went to go put down their jackets. It was like,
right.
And they're talking naturally while they're like.
For some reason, I don't want to say for some reason, but I love watching those, bullies that get served. You know what I mean?
I don't blame you.
No, I like watching them.
They need to know their place.
And I guess real life and movies. There are some scenes in the movies where they stand up to their bullies, and it was good. It's really satisfying.
Yeah, it's just pulling a Steve Rogers move. It's like, I can do this all day.
Do this all day.
It's like, oh man, this guy is one of those guys.
Although he didn't really win against his bullies.
He just couldn't. He just couldn't stop.
The other guys just got like, I don't want to beat you up now.
Just so you guys know, if you see somebody walk away as if that your threat scared them off, but then he takes off his jacket to put it down.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah,
you're done.
It's not
what are the signs, right? What are the signs when you pick a fight? What are the things that your enemy would do? That's when, that's the sign I'm quitting. You win. That's one of them. They start removing their clothes. What else?
So one of them, someone told me a story where a situation like that happened.
Yeah.
So they were at I think it was at a wedding or something like that. And it was a Vegas wedding, so it was like walking, quick in, whatever. So they were about to walk, and a group of just hoodlums just came pull up and try to disturb the wedding. So the groom was ready to go after him.
Yeah.
But then you see the bride, the best man, holding the groom back. It's like everyone doesn't care about this guy, and everyone's like, "Don't do it! Don't do it!
Yeah,
don't do it! Don't do it!"
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Am I not important?"
Yeah, it's like once you start telling the other guy, "Yo, you gotta run," you gotta run. 'Cause that means it's not gonna be good for you. You know, like for example, someone tried to pick a fight with you. I'm gonna tell that guy, "Yo, you better go. You better go."
Or somebody pulls a move like they did in Kingsman, but I'm not as fancy as he did it. Like, man maketh manner. That scene where he locks up.
Yeah.
But if you see somebody that goes back like he's leaving, but no, he locks the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the one in Nobody, in the movie Nobody.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just don't call the cops.
Yeah. He got beat up at first. He did get beat up. Another thing for me is when they start stretching. When they start stretching, you know, or hitting their legs like no, I'm done. You win. I'm good. There was one scene with was it Tom Cruise? I think it was it was Mission Impossible with Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise. You know Henry Cavill? Superman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had a movie together.
In the bathroom.
And Henry Cavill did this. Yo,
No, this is gonna be a fight.
Nope. He's like a shotgun. You know, he checked the shotgun.
Right?
Yeah, I'm ready. No, I'm done.
That was good. What was another scene?
If they start removing their glasses or false teeth or whatever part of their body, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
Or yeah. I think those are like some of the signs that you are. Oh, another one is where I remember you and Pastor Anthony was talking. It's like if you see somebody with a damaged ear, like his ears closed, like you see he's been seeing a lot of fights. He's not like, not new.
What do you call those? Like the mushroom ears or something like that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like you about to start something and you see something like that on his ear.
Yeah.
And I was like, you probably want to step back a little bit.
Yeah, no. Another one is if they're ugly. Only reason is their face is already damaged. They wouldn't care. They don't care if they want to damage your face. But so if you look at their face and they're really aggressive, they really want to fight you, and they're horribly bad looking, yeah, they got nothing else to lose.
So one of the other things that I came across in mangas I read when they're like into a battle, a weird dude, when you look at him, like he looks all, perked up. He looks like a rich kid, and like you wouldn't expect anything. So some bully tried to pick on him, and then he takes off his outfit, his clothes, and the only reason why he doesn't want to take it off is because he doesn't want to ruin this expensive shirt. But then you see all the scars on his body.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a real thing in real life. I want to see in mangas. Would you say nope, done?
Oh yeah.
Like you see scars.
Yeah,
battle.
Yeah, they've been through stuff. No.
It's like,
yeah, I'm tapping out. You win.
It's like,
but you're a coward. I know.
I choose my battles.
I know. I'd rather be called a coward for the rest of my life than pick my teeth and be, toothless.
Or how they would say, I'll live
pride.
to fight another day.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly. I'd much rather be called coward and alive than be brave but dead.
No, I have to agree on that one. There's no shame of running away.
Yeah, there's no I'm good. Because eventually, if that person is really that aggressive, they're going to find their match. And that person is not going to say no. And by the time they get beat up, I'll be there.
How about a biter? Would you go at it if it was a biter?
A biter? I don't really, usually in a fight, I don't really grapple that much. So I wouldn't worry about it.
I think biting
usually
would be
just throwing punches.
I guess biting will be the last thing you do for someone who just knows he can't win, but he'll just go all out.
No, the biggest sign to me that I realized when I was younger, the kickers, like the one that uses their feet, those are hard to fight. You know.
I guess you're right. I haven't messed with anyone that can kick.
Yeah, it's usually it's just hands, or or hands, but not like kick. I saw one video. This dude started. They were in a cafeteria in school, and he was bullying him. He's the bigger guy bullying this little but bulkier. When I say bulky, like chubbier kind of fella, and he's bullying him. He removed his backpack and took off his sweatpants. So he's wearing basketball shorts. As soon as he took it off, he punched him in the face and then tackled him down and then started punching him. I'm like, yeah, that's why he removed his sweatpants, because he knows what he's about to do.
Oh, man.
That was his plan. Like, he didn't like punch and then look and then tackle. No, punch, tackle, and then started punching. Like, he knows. Like, he planned the whole thing. So
someone told me a story about their dad when they were in the fight, and his dad was on the winning side. So he said that he knocked his dad in the air, but as the guy was falling, he threw in 4 more punches as he was falling. It was like, whoa, yep, not messing with your dad.
Yeah.
If he can throw in 4 more punches before he falls to the ground, I'm done with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the scary ones where they have no intention punching you when you're on the ground, because they know one punch is enough and they will knock you out. You know what I mean? Like, people who get into street fight, when they punch and then when the person kneels down or get on the ground, they start punching again, because they weren't really sure if that person is knocked out, or they're like not satisfied yet. But people who like hit you one and then just watch you go down, that means they're, yep, I know how strong I am. I know what's going to happen to you, and you're not going to get up.
I know you're done.
I know you're done. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
It's not like UFC where you knock them down and then they go back just to finish some more.
Right.
So, like,
no.
yeah, I know him.
Yeah, you kick them, it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, man.
Wait, all in all, Reacher is the series is watchable. Go watch it.
Yeah,
you're gonna enjoy it. Of course, not with the whole family.
It's something that only you boys or you girls.
Because it's still an R-rated show because of the
not
gore.
A kid show.
Yeah, the gore and the nudity. Was there a bunch of language?
Yeah. You remember how Reacher says, "Just swear."
Oh, that's right. That's right. Just. I know those are my favorite scenes and my favorite lines.
Yeah, those small lines.
Just swear.
It's like you hear him say "dung." It's like, man.
Yeah, what's his name?
I forgot his name.
Forgetting his
Detective,
name.
right? I have to look it up. But
I feel like it starts with a P. But he will like say his last name, because he even said, he like spins his ring. And it's like, just move on. And it's like, just swear.
Finley,
yeah.
Finley.
Just swear, Finley. It was so good. It was really good. Yeah, that whole show was really nice. It's not bad. Well, let's move forward real quick, unless you have.
No, go for it. That was good.
What else do we have going on in this weekend? I guess it will be Friday. Hopefully Friday morning. I'm gonna follow up with them. We're gonna have another guest. I think we've been really good with guests so far. We had Cuyadino last time.
Yeah, he was awesome. If you
it
haven't watched
great.
it, please go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. It was a good podcast.
It was a good podcast for him because his child life came back.
No, but it's a good podcast for us because he's an ultimate nerd. Like all the stuff that he has, that was crazy. Yes. That was crazy. What else? So we have another TikToker. I guess the struggle mainly is we need to be good at what kind of questions we're gonna ask them to showcase the stuff that they have.
Well, you're right. I think if we're showcasing somebody for the first time, I usually think it's the same question around. It's the follow-up questions, like what do you do? What you've been up to?
Yeah, but I get bored with those kind of questions. To me, it's like
it's just startup questions, so you can follow up what's next, and because whatever question you ask him, like how you did before, it led up to your childhood.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's just
because I only asked him what you feel about your first viral video, and then he mentioned about that the thing that he did back in the day. So it led up to it.
Yeah.
But I know I think I'm more conscious about questions because, and I don't want our podcast to be more formal, like scripted. I hate scripted podcasts. I feel like I'm watching a TV show more than having a conversation with someone.
For me, it's just more like a guidelines because once I ask the question, because I completely don't know the guy, maybe like you told me, and just look up what he usually do, this and that. But when I ask the question, it starts up hearing more, like how you do. You only know a few things or know nothing. You ask the question and you hear from what they're saying, and you feed off from that. And that's how I did some of the questions in the back. But I was just watching you and him going at it, and I was admiring his room. I kid you not, when we had Dino here, I loved this room. It was what my kid dream come true to what I hope to have.
It's about the size of this room, right?
No.
Or maybe a little smaller.
It's much smaller.
Yeah, you're right.
His room was...
I would love to have this room for myself. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, his room was small. I think it was more like my room.
Your office? Or your room downstairs? In the basement?
Yeah, downstairs.
No, I think it's smaller.
Or
than that.
if
it might be just a little
larger,
just a tad smaller than that.
Then okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then Addie's room.
Probably.
Well, anyway, he had a cool room.
You're probably right.
Check it out. But yeah, I wouldn't mind asking questions. It's more like a starter question that helps me lead on to what follows. Yeah. But I get what you mean because it's not organic. Because you love organic situation, like being real, not just everything scripted. Even real life show, the real life TV, or what do they call them?
Reality shows.
Yeah, reality shows. They're scripted, but they're stupid scripted.
They are scripted. A lot of them. Like, believe it or not, I don't want to say not believe it or not, but it's probably hard to believe. Survivor, the TV show Survivor is scripted, 100%. All of them. They know who's gonna be out. They know who's gonna stay. They know the challenges. They don't sleep by the beach or by whatever they're staying in. They go in hotels and sleep there.
It's more like wrestling. You know how WWE, WWF, it's all scripted.
They're all scripted. How I know that? One of our good friends, Kellen, lives in Bicol, one part of the Philippines. And during Survivor Philippines, they stay there. And he said they were terrible. They make a huge mess in the hotels. They don't take care of the areas where they at. They make mess. Yeah, they're terrible. That's what he said. I believe him. We believe him.
I can only imagine what they did when they went to Samoa, because they did one too in Samoa.
Yeah.
But it did put us on the map.
You guys already been in the map. You guys were just discovered, not invented.
Okay.
Yo, that video went crazy on Instagram.
Did it really?
Yeah. Nice. If you go to Instagram, in Instagram Reels, it went crazy in there. Well, not like really crazy, like 2 million or million views. It's not a lot of views, but
for our standard, yeah.
Yeah, it went crazy in the conversations and people talking about things. It was good. It was good.
It did.
And I still ponder and think if it's an invention or a discovery. I don't know.
I think deep down in my soul, it's discovery, but
I feel like it is. I think the root of it is a discovery. You discover the music, but now making a different genres, you inventing it through that discovery.
That's putting it. Put into.
Because I gave him an example in Instagram, right?
Yeah.
It's like the light, like the sun, fire, animals that produces light. You discover those. You discover the sun. Even though I have no idea how can you not undiscover the sun. But you discover the sun, you discover the fire, and they're always been existing, like the animals. Now, invention is you manipulate that and imitate that light to light bulbs, RGBs, flashlights. Yep. So now you invented something from by mimicking the discovery. So I think music is the same way. In the root of it, it's a discovery. Now putting in the different genres and singing it and playing in the music. Right. Now you invent it to put it in, to put it in place. But yeah.
No, that makes sense. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
But what led to that? It was traction, but it was something else. Oh, our visitors' questions. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. So what made you thought about the traction on the reels? You said you put it on IG?
Yeah, Instagram. I put so most of our reels, the inappropriate ones I leave them on TikTok. But the appropriate ones, because I post in my own personal account. Not that I'm ashamed of what I say. I don't really care. I just know that it gets more traction on TikTok than in Instagram or Facebook or my own stuff. So I put them there, and it got a lot of traction in Instagram. Not as much on Facebook. But nowadays I just post something randomly, whether people like it or not, whether it's funny or not. I just leave it there, and let people judge and let people decide if it's a good content or if it's not a good content. But a lot of it, usually I post something on TikTok, and then after that, if it's good enough, I'll post it on Instagram and on Facebook. We learned that we learn all of that through Gary Vaynerchuk. He said, if you post 7 to 25 contents a day, you're winning. It's a lot of work, but you're winning. That's it.
So you say we have visitors this weekend?
We do have a visitor this weekend. We have a guest. Hopefully we'll have we have 3 more, actually 3 in total. 1 this weekend. Since we're going to a hotel this weekend, we can't do anything Friday night. But hopefully the other guests will show up the following week. They're gonna be here. 2 or 3 more other guests.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah. And then we will follow up with after flicks once the other shows start kicking in. Yo, Netflix has been killing it with shows. Like, Netflix is making their own. I don't want to say been killing it, because they have always been from the get-go killing it with a lot of shows. But man, they're peaking with their shows, animated and live action.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
We watch. What was it? Mitchell's versus the Machines.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
The other day. Yeah.
Last night.
Oh yeah, last night. It was really good.
It was good. It was really good.
Yeah, it was really funny. And I think I like how organic those lines that they say in the scripts, how organic, how real they are. You know, they don't make it like a movie trope kind of script.
Yeah, it was like a legit messy family in a messed up world for a split moment.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was really political, but it's a good movie.
It's a good family movie. I think it was more of a between 8 to preteen movie.
Yeah.
So basically
they gave a warning about action and language. I think the action is just mainly killing the robots. They make it. How can you make? It's basically how to make killing a robot as gory as possible. That's what they did. It was just
when it was impaled.
Impaled.
Not once but twice, I think.
Yeah, getting crushed or sliced, ripped, and things like that.
Or like when the mom scene came out, where she went, mama foo.
And then the languages.
Scumbag.
Yeah, right. and that's about it. There's not really a lot of stuff like bad things for kids. A lot of them are. It's really funny. It's really good.
It was good.
Dog, pig, loaf of bread, and then
I like how they added a few thought. Like it's a movie scene, but then you know how she will say something or think of something, but they will picture it in like a artwork. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah. Multiple different kinds of animations.
Yeah, there was a bunch of colors going on in that. Bunch of animations.
They added live, like real life animation, not real life animation, like real life footages in an animation. You know what I mean? Like it's animated, and then they'll show a picture. Remember that picture of? Because the mom was telling the dad, "We don't have a proper picture." And then the dad said, "How about that?" And then she said, "That came with a frame. It was a real life people picture in the frame." You know what I mean? Yeah. So they added a lot of different kinds of art in that animated movie.
I don't know how I explained it well when I told you. It's like I felt that in their world that their considered artwork was our real life look. That's why they have that. Yeah. That's what gave me the impression. Yeah. Another line that was pretty funny that you said it was the missus' favorite line throughout the whole movie is when the dad says, "You're always right. You're always
Yeah,
right."
Yeah, yeah.
So why is this news to you?
Why is this news to you?
I'm always right. Why is this news to you? What else did I think I did enjoy? Oh, when I was watching the movie, all I could think of, well, as terms of mannerism, I thought the dad was more. I know this is not supposed to be Afterflix-ish, but anyway, I thought the dad was more like the missus, where like anti-screen and all that.
Yeah.
And then when it came to father and daughter, I just thought about, will bro be okay if his daughter leaves?
Right. That movie is a slight ripoff of Ron's Gone Bad. It was a slight ripoff of Ron's Gone Bad. Just a sliver where you have a new pal, we have a new assistant, a robot assistant that can assist you with everything and can do literally anything you want, and then turn against them.
That should have been expected.
Yeah,
you're right.
And then there's one robot, just like in Ron's Gone Bad, that went not super rogue, but went crazy because there's some malfunction that happened in their system, which is the other two robots in the movie. So it's just a slight ripoff because the focus is not the robots in Mitchell versus Machine. It was the family. So.
Yeah.
But it was just a slight ripoff. And also the founder of the two organizations, they're kind of similar. Kind of. Yeah, they're kind of similar.
Those two robots, I say, kind of carried some of the
Oh,
scenes.
absolutely. 100%.
And the dog.
Yeah.
The dog.
The dog is the main character of the whole movie.
Yeah.
For sure.
What was it? Dog. No.
That's what I said. Dog, pig,
dog.
loaf of bread. And then the red robot said, they're like, why are you guys not malfunctioning? Because we know the difference between dog, pig, and a loaf of bread. Because we can tell the difference, he said.
Yeah, they were good. I like those characters. And they build up their own, what is it? Their own personality in that whole show.
Yeah. Like they produces emotions. They start crying. They start being sad and happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think my favorite scene in that movie is the attack of the appliances in the mall. That's like the pinnacle of my favorite scene in that whole sequence of the Roomba falling off the escalator because the worst enemy stairs. Like, are you serious? And
I didn't expect them to bring him back. The Furbies.
Yeah, the Furbies. Holy smokes, bro! The Furbies.
Oh man, that was funny. And the Furby, and they brought a huge Furby. And then there was a line that says, they made, or was it you? They made that? They have a laser? They made that?
I know. That's what I said. It's like, why is there a laser in this Furby? I thought Furby just imitates your voice when you talk to them. Like, what?
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
I remember the first time when my dad brought a Furby in our house, we thought it was like.
They look creepy, though.
I know. The way they look at you. No. But yeah, it was a big thing when my dad was alive, and it was a big hit at the store. He brought one, and I don't know what happened to it, but I didn't know how I felt about it.
Furbies. Yeah, we never had Furbies, but I've heard about Furbies in the Philippines. I think it's Furbies and Trolls. Those two ones are, there were about the same intensity of people liking them, like kids wanting them. Furbies and Trolls. Remember Trolls? Those horrible looking, weird looking trolls?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, no, is it trolls? I thought they were
they are trolls.
There was something else. They look like Furbies, but they're scary.
Yeah, they're like this the whole time, and then they have colorful hair, and they stick up. They're like trolls, because that's where the movie Trolls came.
Oh man, I know there was another name for them. I know there's something.
I thought they were trolls, because that was the inspired by that movie.
Oh, maybe it is trolls. I promise it was something else, like Gremlins.
Oh no, Gremlins are different.
Yeah,
Gremlins are scarier.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's scarier. Yeah, it's from Trolls. What else did you watch? Oh, we're watching Uncharted tonight.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Fun. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
Fun.
Yeah. Do you have anything else? Do you have anything else to add? Anything you wanna say or talk about?
Let's see. No. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. When are you gonna start having girlfriends?
Oh no! Did you know there's somebody here at where I work at? Someone's all telling me is like, we have someone in mind for you. We're just hoping.
Say someone as if it's just one person. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like we're praying for.
A lot of people is considered what 2-3 people, right? Two or more. Yeah, so there's a lot of people. There's 2 or more people that said, "Hey, we have a."
I just said someone at my job.
A lady friend
like,
for you.
We're praying for this person for you. I'm like, I already got a woman to take care of.
Shoot. What is the plan for this year for you?
Work some more.
Yeah. You're not planning to go somewhere or like visit California?
Well, I do plan.
This year?
Visiting, this year at least. And just to say what's up, as long as... say hi to my family. I don't know how long. Probably stayed for a couple weeks before I come back here, and then.
Isn't it a lot? Tickets. I guess tax season is coming up though.
Well, if I just buy a ticket, that's one way for it's cheap, and then when I feel ready to come back, I'll buy a ticket.
I thought a round trip is cheaper.
It's.
I guess it really depends where you get it and.
It really it does.
Time.
It depends on the time you go out.
Yeah.
But and what day? I do plan to visit home and then come back. I still try to. I have to plan our trip as a family going out up north.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
Other than that, just see where time takes us here.
Yep. Yeah,
but those guys don't want me to go or anywhere.
No, we don't want him to go. We want him to stay. A lot of people, family members. Why did I do that? Family members, because they are real family members. When you do this with certain words, you're telling them that it's really not. It's family members wanting him to move with them. I said, no, we don't share. Find your own walker. But yeah, we're trying to. We might. It's a content creation. It's a lot of work. YouTubing is a lot of work. This is like it can be a full-time job. But we're trying to, we might start our own thing and leave TMFS, the Maximum Filipino Show, leave this.
Oh, he's putting it in the air, even on this show.
Well, no, I mentioned it before already.
Did you tell the team?
Yeah. No. It's all right. They're not going to watch this.
No, I wasn't there.
They're not going to watch this. But it's just a lot of it's just a good excuse. It's a better excuse to tell people when you want to invite them to podcasts. It said, hey, so we're Filipinos. We showcase Filipinos. We want to invite you. Since you're a Filipino, come and join us as our guest, But other things, like if I want to do my own thing, I don't know how I might start.
I think it's going to be easier for you.
Is it?
I think so. Only because you come up with great ideas. I don't know if it was a pro or con for you in TMFS because you have one focus and you have one goal in TMFS is all Filipino. So you could, I don't know if it limits you or it kind of helps you have a goal, have a target. All right, my target is just Filipino, so I can just, grab around, fish them out. But how I think of you, and if you start up your own thing, you just have so many things that you probably want to, because you're a spontaneous person in the sense where you don't like planning everything in your life. You like to go with the flow where things go. I think something might, I think it will work out. I
have a,
because you did tell me that being in, not saying that it was a bad thing. It at some point you told me that TMS does kind of hinder me of opening the aspects of things because it only has one target. Yeah. Where there could be so much more.
Well, that's it could be a good thing and a bad thing though. Just having one focus on focusing on one thing. That could be a good thing and a bad thing. But I don't know. I might just absorb this podcast.
It's just
and screw it. It's like, this is my podcast now. I don't even care. You guys.
I mean, because there's guarantee there's somebody out there for anything. One that doesn't like just random or a mix of things. They just like one thing. There's people I know that just like to stick to one thing.
Yeah.
Like they like to stick to one food they like to eat.
Right.
If they like it, they go with it.
That's me with restaurants. I only want one thing. But I realized I was listening to a lot of podcasts. I realized I have a taste for podcasts. Like I'm talking about like interview podcasts like this. You know, I have a taste for certain podcasts. Because I listen to Impulsive. We listen to Logan Paul, and Mike Meliak and George Jenko. We listen to them. We enjoy a lot of their episodes, not all of them. I listened to what was this? I think the name of their podcast is called Sticky Socks. And yes, they meant it. They're two popular content creators. They made their own podcast. There are some episodes that are really good, and they're funny, but I was like, I don't know if I would like that. Tiger Belly's good. The one with BFFS Pod, it's with Barstool. You know Barstool? The president of Barstool. He made his own podcast. There are some episodes that are good, but I feel like I have a taste for podcasts, and I want to apply that because I want to do a podcast that I would enjoy listening. You know, I heard from this artist. He said that he listened to his own song, like when he gets home or when he's in the car, he listens to his own song. A lot of people will, that's frowned upon. Like, why would you listen to your own song? That's very conceited. And then he said, well, your first biggest fan should be yourself. Because that's your own thing. If you don't listen to your own thing, what made you think other people will listen to your thing? You have to enjoy your own content, And
good point.
Yeah, and I want to say there's a lot of, not all of them. I don't want to say 100% of podcast episodes that we put in, I listen to them. There's most of our episodes, I would listen to them. I would, I would enjoy them. But there's not all of them. And so with the content that we're gonna do, whether in this one or something, I want it to be something that I would enjoy. Like I would listen to that podcast, even though you could hear my voice. I don't care.
Okay.
Like I enjoyed the podcast with Kuya Dino. That was a good pod. Fun. Yeah, that was a good pod.
Yeah, I enjoyed all the guests that we had. I mean, who else that came in? Eva,
Kuya Randy.
Yeah, that was
Gian. Yeah.
Gian. Oh yeah, Gian.
Yeah, we had some. We should do a after this. We should always do a 2022 recap. And I know if you listen and watch to our other podcast, you will be like, man, they have a different kinds of episodes, but they don't follow through it. Yeah, because it doesn't work out, Like, you have to give it a try, and if you don't like it, then don't do it. Like, we used to do the End of the Month podcast, and I was like, it's not that it's a lot of work, but it's like, every time we do End of the Month, we end up talking about something else. It's not, has nothing to do with...
It talks about someone else.
Someone else, yeah. It has nothing to do about the end of the month, because we don't, and that includes me, we don't do our research for that end of the month. So it's like, screw it, let's just not do it. Solids are still the after flicks, the Learn Filipino pod like this, and I included the guest to our Learn Filipino pod because you learn about Filipinos all around the world, whether they're popular or not, or content creators or not. And then the Tambayan, which is like this, just having conversation, just hanging out.
Yeah,
but yeah,
but enjoy it. He has a taste for podcasts. I'm learning to enjoy it because this is all from a year and a half ago. This was all new to me because I thought podcasts for the big, for the big people, like those in people like Joe Rogan or Logan Paul. Yeah, like they're already they built their fame. Yeah, and podcast was just a side gig. Right. Not knowing after being with you so often, Joe Rogan built his whole fame from podcasts, aside from comedy and stuff like that. And
that dude has done a lot, though. He has done a lot, and he's still doing most of those things, most of the things that he has done before.
His work ethic is ridiculous.
Like he did MMA, and then when he did MMA, he's like he realized the side effect of doing MMA. He did stand-up comedy, and then when he did stand-up comedy, he went to Fear Factor, That's
he was
that's
the
one
host,
of his that was one of his bigger breaks, and he even thought it's not gonna work out. He only did it so he could have a story to tell during his stand up. You know, like when he tell people, "Hey, remember that show called Fear Factor that never watch?" And people are like, "I don't even know why people created this." And then he became big, like went big.
I thought
like internationally.
I thought big. It was what's his name, Ludacris that started that.
Oh really?
Yeah. I thought Ludacris was the one that owned Fear Factor.
I don't know.
But then someone told me that the one who owned Fear Factor is what's his name? From who owns AGT?
Simon Cowell?
Yeah. I thought Sam was the one that owned it. I thought y'all told me that actually.
No. There's a lot of like shows that when you think about it, oh my gosh, this show is owned by this person. You know, like Wild 'N Out is owned by Nick Cannon. And there's some shows that Nick Cannon owns.
I knew that because he's hosting it. It made sense like he owns it.
Yeah, well, he hosts a lot of shows, but that doesn't mean he owns it, you know?
Well, for me, I felt like that was his thing.
Well, yeah. Like the show, the Mask Singer, he's hosting that show, but it's not, he doesn't own it. For sure. Yeah, or AGT. He used to be like the biggest host of that show. I think he started AGT.
Yeah, it was him, and then it was Terry Banks, Tanya Banks.
I think you combine Terry Crews and something Banks. Yeah, you're right.
It's
the model chick.
Yeah, the model chick, and then
Terry Crews now.
Yeah,
Terry Crews he's doing a great job. But anyway, what was I saying? We went in a whole rabbit hole. Oh, no. So with podcasts, right? Every time our friends come over and we talk about anime or Dokkan or just random things, and that's the kind of podcast that I would listen to. Something that just people having conversations about random things, you know?
But something you can relate to, though, right?
Right. It's something that you can relate to, or it's like the whole idea of podcast is... the whole idea of podcast is, to me, okay, the taste of the podcast that I listen to. Because before... you know, when you tend to eavesdrop to people's conversation, that is the whole idea of podcast that I want to listen. Like someone is having conversation, I'm eavesdropping and like listening to their own conversation. But now they're intentionally making you want to listen to whatever conversation they're having. You know? Yeah, and I think that's why I hate it. I hate scripted podcasts. Like the questions are scripted. Because it's like... it doesn't sound organic now. Like I'm not eavesdropping to your conversation. Now I'm just watching it, The View or Ellen or whatever crappy TV shows are in TV. You know, interview shows on TV. I like the organic. Oh, they're talking about this. I wonder what they're talking about. I wonder if I can relate to that conversation, whatever it might be. And
yeah, that's the case. From Mike, I think you have you can click easily of what topic comes up. For me, in my case, it's hard. That's why I'm kind of in favor of questions because it helps me what to say and what to say next.
Yeah.
I just need the one question to help me build the domino.
Right.
Because sometimes there's things that I don't relate. It's because my lack of experience to other things out there or what to know, my ignorance of knowing a lot of things. In my case, I like questions. At least for me, as a guideline, not necessarily like you have to say. Like when I think of scripted, it's something that it's a must. You cannot divert from it.
Yeah.
Now, that I don't like. I just use it as a guideline for me just to say what's up.
Yeah.
And I like moments like again I know we said it so many times with Cuyadino, like where you asked him the question and that led to. Just changed the whole thing. So those stuff like that was cool.
Another guest that we had was really awesome was with Kuya Arya. Remember Kuya Arya?
Oh,
Chevy?
Yeah,
that was a good pod. That was a good pod.
The publishing group?
Yeah.
He was awesome.
That was a good pod. And that is like the epitome of Learn Filipino pod. Is learn something that teaches people about Filipino cultures, you know?
He was on point with that.
That was on point. That podcast was on point. If you're wondering, hey, what episode can you show people to explain Learn Filipino pod? It's that episode.
What was it?
That is that episode.
I can't remember. It starts with a K. The publishing group.
Yeah.
Kawangis, yeah.
Kawangis.
They were awesome. And I was really looking forward to having them come on again after. If we all did watch
Holy smokes, that Netflix show.
Yeah, that Netflix show.
Yeah.
That one Filipino Netflix show, apparently.
With Filipino monsters and ghosts and things like that.
Yeah, that's, very fantasy-like genre show.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with a T. Isn't it Tara Tanya?
I have no idea. It's horrible animation, though, so I didn't watch it.
It reminded me of Batman Beyond.
It is. It does seem like a Batman Beyond, but it's more like comics. Like, if you're watching comics and make them move, it's just like that. It's not a comic book animation. It's like just comics, and then
just they have motion. They have
emotions. Yeah, I don't like it. At least Batman Beyond was good. It was good.
It was.
Yeah.
Maybe I was a kid, didn't know any better, but it was.
Batman Beyond was good though. It was good.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Batman Beyond and Samurai Jack kind of have the same feel to me.
Yeah.
That whole thing with dark and quiet and.
It was a dark cartoon.
Yeah. Samurai Jack. Remember Samurai Jack?
Yeah.
That was a good show.
I didn't know they did a last season, but that they said this one. What I've heard or what was said, the last season was more darker.
Oh, I bet. Because it's Adult Swim now. It wasn't Cartoon Network. It was Adult Swim.
Adult Swim.
Yeah. That brought you Rick and Morty. All right. Let's finish this podcast. Do you have anything else to say?
Nah.
Anything else you want to mention?
I had a good time here.
Good. We'll see you guys later. Thank you for being here. My name is CB.
My name is Waka.
What do I normally say? Oh, yeah, subscribe, like, share, and
it's not too
comment.
far. Just takes you 2 seconds.
Just comment. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe. Tell your friends about us. If there's anything that you want us to do, to say, or to have a guest, considering if they say yes, or if you want to be part of the podcast, just email us, themaximumfilipino@gmail.com. Follow us, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I don't have a script. I don't have a script. I'm just saying that. If you are listening to this podcast, you want to see our faces in our new background, go to youtube.com and look for The Maximum Filipino Show. If you want to listen, re-listen to this, but you don't want to see our faces, just go to your favorite podcast app and look for us, The Maximum Filipino Show.
Yeah.
We want to say thank you in behalf of the whole TMFS, which is most likely just going to be us too. We want to say thank you for listening and always supporting us and joining us here.
Yeah.
And we love you. Like, seriously, we don't know who you are. We're not just saying that. We do love you. We love you and thank you for always supporting us. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Joanne.